from the Lehigh Arena, where it is game number 4 between the Wellington Dukes and the Whitby Fury in this East Division final. So far, Whitby's up 2-1 in this series, thanks to a dramatic win on Tuesday at the Iroquois Park Sports Center. They won 6-1. Derek McVeigh got the hat trick, and the lone goal from the Wellington Dukes came from Brett Humberstone, who got his first goal of this OJHL playoff series. The winner of this series, though, will now face the North York Rangers, and it was announced this afternoon that the OJHL Goaltender of the Year award went to Jet Alexander, who grew up about 5 minutes from this arena. But the runner-up in this award this afternoon, well, it's Whitby Fury's Luke Pearson. No surprise there, so congratulations to both those men and their clubs. I'm Lindsay Herron. I'll have extended player interviews coming up in this game, and we'll also, add in the first intermission, have an extended interview with the OJHL Trainer of the Year in Whitby Fury's athletic therapist, Amanda Gilroy. But first, with the call, and let's set up this game. Let's send it upstairs to David Foote and Alex Mahar.
Thanks, Lindsay. You mentioned Luke Pearson, and boy, is he ever going to be a big piece of the puzzle, and has been throughout the season for the Whitby Fury. He will continue to be tonight. The Wellington Dukes in a little bit of a hole, a small one at least, Alex, and it's been a while since the Dukes have faced this kind of adversity, especially in the playoffs. It hasn't been since the second round against Newmarket last year that they've trailed in a series, and we saw what happened when they got back into that one, but they'll need a spark here at home tonight. Just behind us at center ice, as you can see, Joey Lavender, Duke's longtime assistant equipment manager, is going to drop the puck tonight. It is World Down Syndrome Day, and lots of people around Lehigh Arena rocking the socks, the multicolored or mismatched socks. Joey's 30 years old. He's been with the Dukes in his role as assistant equipment manager for 12 seasons. He is much beloved by every player who's come across him, and really is nice to see the Dukes honoring him tonight, and making a point to recognize somebody who really puts in a lot of work here at the rink.
Yeah, he's a staple of this Wellington Dukes organization, so it's good to see that the Wellington Dukes allow him to drop the puck tonight, kind of get things going. It's a big game on home ice, and it's just a great thing for Joey, and we're about to watch him drop the puck here.
When the Dukes won the Buckland Cup here at home last season, he was the one of the first guys to get the trophy and to raise it up over his head. It is Rock Your Socks night here, as we mentioned at the rink. There's my choice for the night tonight. Some of our crew have been joining in the fun as well, all in support of World Down Syndrome Day, and it's a great initiative to sneak in here at playoff time, so nice to recognize that. So it is the OJHL's Goaltender of the Year runner-up, back for another night between the pipes for the Whitby Fury. 18-year-old Luke Pearson, the Whitby native, has some excellent numbers throughout the postseason. There you see them on your screen, 6-3 with a .227 goals against, a .925 save percentage. We mentioned he's been a backbone for the Fury all season long. Across the pond, Logan Bateman goes again. He was pulled after allowing 4 goals on 14 shots on Tuesday. He will look to improve his numbers, which still aren't bad. .290 the goals against, .902 the save percentage in 8 games with 5 wins. A shutout to his credit as well. Rob Pearson trying to lead his Fury past another Quinte region opponent. They knocked off the Trenton Golden Hawks in the first round. John Drew's smile on his face. He knows that his team is down, but certainly not out. As we mentioned in the open, Wellington was down 2 times in the second round of the Newmarket Hurricanes last season, down by 2 games twice in that series, and they came back to win the Buckland Cup. Panetta chasing it down on the far side corner. Backhanded to the point. Quinn Hanna shoots and scores! Well, Quinn Hanna was a big part of things for Wellington in the last series, and the big defenseman with a big smile as he opens the scoring 2.5 minutes in. Yeah, and
Quinn Hanna had a couple weaker games the last 2, and it's really important for him to get his game back, as that's now his 9th point in 9 games in these playoffs, and that gives us another chance to look at this goal here by Quinn Hanna. A good forecheck, good way to turn the puck over, and that shot just beats Pearson clean. As we take one more look at it, the low shot, and I just don't think Pearson got down. He wasn't set, and I don't know if he even saw that puck.
The head for Rinaldi, who catches up with it. Over the line, crisscrossing with Hanna. Rinaldi is shot, blockered away by Pearson, cleared back to Gonzalez. He scores! Not as pretty as it could have been. But Elijah Gonzalez, as he has so many times throughout the course of the season, finds himself in the right spot and knocks it in to make it 2-0.
And Rinaldi back up on this top line, and it's Elijah Gonzalez who benefits by going to the net with his stick on the ice. He picks up the garbage there in the high slot after a good shift there by that line. And he's going to pick up the goal there to make it 2-0 Dukes, and they've had all the momentum in this period so far.
Gilmore, no shot. Back up in the middle again. Ewens across. Gonzalez, low shot stop. Rebound, score! No, they're going to wave it off. They're going to wave it off. I'm not exactly sure why. Posts are on. There was no high stick, unless they're calling a goaltender interference.
And that's the only thing I can think of here, David. And maybe they just need to get together and talk about this, because that looked clean from our vantage point as Eddie took a swing and it looked like the puck just went straight in. We'll get another look here for you.
Shot came from the far side. And unless Andrew Rinaldi got a piece of it when he swung his stick up, which I don't know if he did, I don't see much in that. To the net. Don't see that too often. Bull just left unguarded as a tip in front, they score! Shane Bull started the play when he was loose at center ice, and Derek McVeigh has got his 4th goal in 2 games, and he's got the Whitby Fury back in Game 4.
And it was Derek McVeigh who was the first star in the game on Tuesday night, and what do you know, he gets his team started here in the second period as he gets them on the board with this nice pass by DeMaio with the high slot tip by McVeigh, and he puts it right past Bateman. Bateman didn't stand a chance on that redirect, and just a beautiful goal there for McVeigh, who continues his torrid pace in the last 2 games.
No icing here. 30 seconds left to go in the frame as Ewens and Fallowfield both get into the mix on the boards. They score! A tough angle shot out of the corner, and with 24.9 seconds left in the second period, the Whitby Fury draw even.
Yeah, it's going to be Shane Bull here, just throwing that on goal in the final minute of play here in the second period, and that's a tough one for Logan Bateman to let in. His Dukes were just starting to push offensively again after allowing the first goal, and that's an ugly one there.
Up as well. Dan Panetta cuts to his left, carries it over the line, left wing side. Panetta cutting wide, trying to drop it back for Keenan Eddy. That was similar to the goal that won the Dukes the Buckland Cup last year. 5 seconds left in the third. Humberstone behind the net. And for the first time in the East Final, we're headed for overtime.
Yeah, and this game had the overtime feel right from the second period on. These two teams battled it out all game long, and it's definitely deserving of overtime after the Shane Bull goal that squeaked through Logan Bateman. Both teams exchanged chances here in the third, but some great goaltending, and we're off to overtime.
Played through the middle. With some speed is Humberstone, dropping it off to Panetta. Tried to put it back down low, cut off by Benham. Benham disrupted by Gilmore, but manages to regain the composure, and then a nice move by Gallagher, breaking away. Here comes Gallagher, he scores! Carson Gallagher breaks away, and the Whitby Fury break away with a 3-1 series lead, and it's straight to the dressing room. Go the Fury.
And Carson Gallagher, one of the top goal scorers on this Whitby Fury team. He scores the goal, then heads right off the ice as the Whitby Fury take a 3-1 series lead. Just a great battle, some great speed, and an even better finish on the breakaway. And that's a tough one for Bateman, as he really didn't have a chance.
Carson Gallagher had no interest in celebrating on the ice here at Lehigh Arena. I don't know if I've seen that before. Score the game winner and then straight to the dressing room. I mean, they do have a bit of a drive back to Whitby tonight, and I'm sure some guys have class tomorrow, so they'll want to get back. But, I mean, what can you say about the Whitby Fury? They're proving to be, I mean, you know, they were one of the top teams in the division anyway, but they're proving to be quite the matchup for the Wellington Dukes. Dukes can't seem to find a way to get by them.
No, and the Whitby Fury, they love to play in these close hockey games, and they just seem to hang around in games. And they're backed by a great goaltender in Luke Pearson. He seems to just keep them alive when they need it most, and they're able to get a couple by Logan Bateman to make this a 2-2 game, and then they find the game winner in Carson Gallagher. And you mentioned you haven't seen a celebration like that. It actually happened earlier this year in the OHL, and I think that's where he might have got it from, as he just heads straight to the locker room.
It's a big turning point game for the Whitby Fury. Now they can control kind of their own destiny at this point. They were down 2-0. Wellington had that 3-0 goal waved off, and I don't want to lean on it too much, but I think it was a major turning point, and I think you couple that with the 2-2 goal and the fact that the Dukes were stymied in the third, and it seemed like maybe Wellington got in their heads a little bit. Yeah, you can also add that the Wellington Dukes just couldn't capitalize on a lot of early power play chances. I believe they went 0 for 6 in the game on the power play, and that's just not good enough on the special teams to beat a team like the Whitby Fury, who are just going to hang around games and get their opportunities, and they're going to make the most of them. So when you get those chances, you really have to put away teams like the Whitby Fury. You got to make sure that you get that 3 and 4-0 lead, and that's the only way that you can kind of keep them out of the game. If you let them hang around, they're going to do just that. They grind you down. They play physical hockey, and it showed here tonight at Lehigh Arena. They just would not go away, and they get the game winner. So the Fury take the 3-1 series lead with a 3-2 overtime victory, and they're going to sweep our 3 stars tonight as well, as we get a look. The number 3 star, and he really could be the number 1 star for the Fury on any given night, Luke Pearson, again, as we said off the top of the show, just an absolute rock in goal for the Fury. Yeah, the first star on the regular season, Luke Pearson. He's the 3rd star in our game tonight, and he was just an amazing backbone piece. He allowed that 2-0 goal, and then he just shut the door against the Wellington Dukes. That's an important goal that he didn't allow, that 3rd one. When you let that 3rd one in, the game can kind of slip away from you. Luke Pearson there to just make sure that they kept it at 2 and gave his team a chance. Another big night for him. Let's tell you what's coming up next in this series. It shifts back to Iroquois Park in Whitby Saturday night, and the Fury with a chance to close things out at home. And for Whitby, it would be massive to pick up that series win at home, just because you save yourselves one more game. And as we mentioned earlier on, the North York Rangers are sitting pretty and waiting for the winner of this series. But should Wellington force that 6th game, we will be back with you. It's a quick turnaround from Saturday night to Sunday afternoon. We'll be back here on Sunday afternoon should we need to be for game number 6 at 2 p.m. So things are going to get a little bit intense here real quick.